As you can see, it recalled the last thing I was working on. It was a sheet metal bracket. If you want to create a brand new part, we can, let's just close some of these down. Remember to close off these tabs. Actually, I don't need any of these. So if you want to switch, because now we're going to go into the 193 students, make sure that everything is closed off so that it will enable you to switch. Because you can see if I don't close them all off and I try and pick something, I'm going to get this error message coming up when I try and switch. So we're going to use the 193. Not buying anything. Until you see the Dassault systems, you won't be able to switch to the ENGT 193 course. So unfortunately, mine's way down there, and I don't know how to get down to getting it. I'll just pick 193 startup, say OK. So I've switched my collaboration. Your collaboration should be with the 193 students. To create a new part, we're going to go to 3D, part design. If you do not have an axis in the center of the screen, if you do not have the geometrical set in the specification tree, if you open up the absolute axis system and you do not see the absolute axis, your preferences have been reset and you have to go back and fix them. So go back and reset your preferences. Make your part body the in-work object. This is your absolute axis. Okay, so everything's going to index from the absolute axis. The geometrical set is known as construction geometry. For this class, all geometrical sets must be renamed to construction geometry. So we'll go to Features tab and type in all caps, construction, and then I'd like to use underscore, geometry. Okay, so all models should be set up like this before we start anything. And then right away, you should name the part whatever part you're working on. Okay, so let's, for example, I checked the tree. I saw that I have a geometrical set and I renamed it to construction geometry. I did have the absolute axis. If those are not there again, reestablish your preferences. Now we're going to establish where the local axis is going to be, and that's where you insert your parts. So to build the local axis system, I'll do an example for exercise. We'll do lesson 4, exercise 1. It's saying to build a local axis at that location because we're not going to build on the location given. So if I go here, what I like to do is make the geometric, the construction geometry, the active one. That defaults to that. And the reason why it defaults to that is the normal thing to do is start creating a wireframe before you go and create your solid. So in this case, I'm going to create my point using the Essential tab and the point command. The first call out is always X, second call out is Y, and third call out is Z. X is known as the primary, Y is known as the secondary, and Z is known as the tertiary axis vector. So when you look at the directions, it says 5 3/8 is on the X direction. That would represent also a station call out. So X vectors represent station. This is your X going in this direction. That is typically forward and aft. Front of the boat to the back of the boat, or front of the plane to the back of the plane. X is 5 plus 3 divided by 8. So you notice that it gave me a fraction. If you don't know that that's 0.3750, you can type that fraction in and then hit the tab button and it will calculate that for you. I'll demo that again. The next one is -6 1/4, and you know what? I can literally just copy this and paste it right there, and I hit tab, and it'll be oh, what happened? -6.25, because I know that is a quarter. And then if you zoom out, you can see the coordinates. It's forward 5.375, and in the negative y 6.25. The negative y is known as the left buttock line, or left side of the boat, or also known as the port side of your boat. Starboard side is on the right side. It would be everything in the y direction. So this actually axis represents not just in front of the boat or plane, it's dead center. Okay? Anything to the left in the negative will be negative left buttock line. Anything to the right is right buttock line. And then the next one is the Z. I'll try and do this again. It should have worked. I'm going to copy that. Oh, I forgot the plus. You got to put a plus in between, so it will add 3 and 3/16, and now hit tab. And now you can see the 3 coordinates, and this is where it's going to give me a point. This is where my local axis will go on this coordinates. I'll select OK. I'll use the axis command. That feature allows me to pick that point, or you can pick it even off the tree. I like to open the tree and just double check it. Do these numbers match what I was given in the Word doc? And they do. So I can say OK, and I've created the axis system 2. Axis system 2 must be renamed to the local axis. In all caps, I will rename that with underscore. Okay, and then what I do right away is I just hide the absolute axis, and I hit fit all in under the view tab. And you've just created a part where you're working on a local axis system at these coordinates. But as soon as I hide the absolute axis, it looks like everything you've normally done. And then don't pick these planes, because these planes are related to the absolute axis. We want to select on this plane, select a sketch, and now you're working in that sketch environment on that local axis system. Okay, that's how you set up your models to create whatever it is you're going to create.